This may look like the pit from your regular Formula Motorsport race, but all of these cars are electric. This is the Formula E World Championship in Red Hook, Brooklyn. I'm Lucy Biggers. This is One Small Step. Today's episode is sponsored by Fidelity. A motorsport race without gas or combustion engines may have seemed impossible a few decades ago, but the ABB FIA Formula E World Championship is in its 8th year. 24 cars race for 45 minutes around a 2.43 kilometer course near downtown Red Hook, Brooklyn. Because the cars are electric, this busy city center doesn't have to worry about exhaust fumes. Explain why Formula E is a great event for just the entire electric vehicle industry.
You know, it's so important to have an event like this. So the ABB Formula E really focused on sustainability and also promoting electric mobility. Coming to city centers or busy areas like here in Brooklyn, they're creating awareness and they're really letting people know that there's electric mobility, EVs, they're here, because there's still some people who are not aware about e-mobility and EV charging.
Electric vehicles were first developed in the 1830s and became practical for driving by the 1880s. But by 1912, the mass production of the Model T dealt a blow to electric vehicles. Discovery of cheap oil in the 1920s further secured the dominance of gas-powered cars on the road. Electric vehicle production dropped off for several decades until renewed interest in the 1990s and early 2000s. And in 2010, the Nissan Leaf was launched as the first commercially available electric vehicle. As the impacts of climate change caused by fossil fuels become more apparent every day, the creators of Formula E understand that electric vehicles promise a future with less greenhouse gas emissions.
It's really helping to push the boundaries of e-mobility because it's also a test bed for e-mobility technologies. Whether it's on the car, like efficiencies of the batteries and software and the powertrain. So that's all tested on the racetrack, and then those efficiencies, improvements, are brought to the mass market vehicles and chargers that you and I can drive in our everyday lives.
It's estimated that by 2030, 30% of vehicles on the road will be electric. And by 2040, electric cars could make up 100% of car sales. So the technological advancement and experimentation that happens at Formula E is important for the electric vehicle future. What would you say to the skeptic who might think, electric vehicles will never replace, gas-powered cars?
The first thing that I would say is just try an electric vehicle. Just try one. Because as soon as you step into an electric vehicle and you try it, just like that torque, that instantaneous torque, the drive, it's so fun, and there's so many really cool cars that are out there. It's such a different drive. I think what's really cool too is that the battery prices are decreasing significantly year over year. So in 2010, battery prices were about $1,100 per kilowatt hour. Now it's $130 per kilowatt hour. And what that means is because a big part of the cost of an electric car is the battery. So that price is going down. So it's said in about 5 years, the price of an electric car is going to be cheaper on average than a combustion car. So when you're giving that choice to consumers of A, the drive is super, super fun, and B, the car is cheaper than a combustion engine car, I think it's going to be a no-brainer at that point.
I want to take a moment to thank Fidelity for sponsoring this episode. Fidelity's Climate Action Fund allows people to invest their money in companies that are taking action against the impacts of climate change. Not only does this help support businesses with sustainable practices, it allows investors to rest easy knowing their money is helping the planet and inspiring change. Head over to fidelity.com to learn more about sustainable investing with the Climate Action Fund. Now, back to the episode. Alberto Longo is one of the co-founders of the race. He says the battery technology has improved exponentially since the first race in 2013.
It's impressive. And it's exponential. Every year you can see doubling, tripling. To give you a clear example, in what we call the Gen 1, which was the first car that we used during 4 years, we had to basically swap the cars in the middle of the race in order to do the whole race. There wasn't a technology that basically allowed us to charge quick enough in order to finish the race. So every driver had 2 cars. The world managed to double the capacity of the battery, in which basically every driver has to use only 1 car to finish the race, you know, only in 4 years' time. Today, we're actually tripling the capacity of the battery in a way smaller and with less weight battery than we had used in Gen 1, for example.
I absolutely love this day at Formula E. It gives me so much hope for the future because this electric vehicle technology, it's evolved so much in the past decade. So just think about what the next decade holds. It's what we need to transition to renewable energy, and today gave me a ton of hope. That's all for this episode. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye.